Hey gang, we're out in the garage. Getting ready to hop on the gravely and do inside the fence. But, yeah, those are parts from Onyx that are sitting there. And I'm waiting on a shipment. Miss Zippo and I decided, well, Saturday was just gorgeous weather. Let's go make the best of it and go for a ride. So we hopped on Onyx. I didn't feel like my shoulder was ready for Pearl, so we hopped on Onyx and everything went great for about the first half mile. Then it just started spitting and sputtering and coughing and just being angry about something. And come to find out, and why it has it I'm not sure. Okay, you know, obviously the gas tank's mounted up high. It's way up here. Why run the fuel lines all the way down here just to pump them back up into the carburetors? Why do that? Just use gravity feed. It's not fuel injected. Well, the fuel pump gave out. So, like I said, I ordered another one. It's on the way. So right now, poor old Onyx is just eye candy. But now when I turn the key, watch, it'll make a liar out of me and it'll prime. But trust me, the fuel pump is hickory. But it may try to click a little bit, it may not. So here, let me just do this, get it right down here up close and personal in case it does click. And you guys can hear, it should, it's a piston type, should cycle for about 3 or 4 seconds till it primes the carburetors. So let's see what she'll do. I haven't been out to mess with it since Saturday. Okay, well, you hear it? It did just fine. But guarantee you, if I hop on that thing and take off, it's gonna stop working and leave me semi-stranded again. I was able to limp it home, but it's only got 5,500 miles on it. Why would the fuel pump already be dead? That might be because the motorcycle's 17 years old. And I'm sure the fuel pump did not like sitting for most of that time, so. Alright, so let me cycle it again. See if it primes again. It should prime every time you cycle on the key. Nothing. That's it. It just had that first little oomph in it. Then it decides, not gonna do it anymore. So, don't worry, little guy. We'll get you. We'll get you. So then we come over here to the Goldwing. Come to find out, I was just fine on it, and Miss Zippo and I rode until Miss Zippo turned into a lobster. And the funny thing is back here in the trunk, inside that bag, guess what's in there? Sunscreen. Just first real ride of the season. We got out of the way on Onyx, but we didn't go very far. We put just about 100 miles on Pearl, and it was a real nice day. Just absolutely perfect weather. And I just can't say it enough. This bike's just an absolute joy to ride. Got something on those mats and it's sticky like gum. That's probably what it is. But due to get up to around 66 today, so I'm gonna get some mowing done. After I get done doing some mowing, I think I want to go stretch Garfield's legs and Big Bill's legs. They've not been ridden very much, and something else I need to do is that old Sears Craftsman. This is the all the seat vinyl for it. I need to take all this seat vinyl and the seat pan and the foam over so that they'll get started on recreating the seat. I think I've talked about it before. Pretty sure I have. I want to try to make sure that they can either save this, because all that's happened is the stitching is given out on this seat. There's nothing actually ripped. It's all just the stitching. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to keep both this panel and that panel, and then just have the rest of it redone as close as possible to stock. So, and I'll probably have to wait on white vinyl. I'm not sure. I may need to, I may not need to, but Sean will disassemble everything. It's just like he did on Little Willie and how he did this seat. You know, it's more or less you deconstruct. After you deconstruct, it gives you kind of a ballpark idea on what direction to go in as far as patterns and getting things made right again. But I guess that's really all I've got out here in the garage, and I'm not sure that I'm going to make it to the shop today, just because I had that nerve ablation done in my neck last year, and I suppose you guys can look at me. Had that nerve ablation done in my neck last year, and it's been just about a year, and I think the nerves are already starting to knit back together. I was told it could be a year, 2 years. Some people have even been up to 4 years. But wouldn't it just be my luck if it's 1 year? What happens is I can't turn my head to the left, and when I do, it's pulling muscles between my shoulder blades. I know it sounds kind of odd, but that's where my major malfunction is right now, is that spot in my back. So anyway, I'm gonna get some mowing done. I'll get Ugly Alice out there and do some mowing with it. As you guys can see, the Legacy is not here because I sent the Legacy on down. Well, I actually took it over to Ms. Zippo so she'd have something to mow with while I finish up her cub. I still have to get rid of that bathroom caulk on the transmission itself. I've got the back plate clean. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys a quick little update. Hope everyone had a great weekend. The state is starting to do a soft open of businesses to allow half capacity. My personal opinion, I think it's just a little bit too soon for that, but you know, Governor Holcomb, it's his call, not mine. And so yeah, that's what we're dealing with as far as this pandemic and self-quarantining, or this quarantine is going. They're loosening the reins a little bit on the quarantine. I'm still going to be vigilant and mindful until we're all sure, because you know, there was the rumor of a second round hitting, and what better time for the second round to hit than when they start loosening the bootstraps and thinking that we're in the clear when we're not. So anyway, there's just about 10 minutes of yammering and babbling while you guys are sitting here looking at that beautiful 1975 CB 554 cylinder. Don't you guys go check out, if you like the motorcycle stuff, go check out Jish. It's Jish. and he did his first build. He's got quite a few videos up. Did his first build of a, what would be here in the States, a CB 125, little 125cc like Little Willie. So let's go over there and give him some love and some support if you're interested in motorcycles. He's building motorcycles, and he built his first one, the CB 125. Did a fantastic job. Huge learning curve for him, but he learned a lot. And now he's building a I want to say it's a Suzuki 650, I think. But he's just going above and beyond and over the top and doing an absolutely fabulous job of building a custom cafe racer. So if you're into that kind of thing, go check his channel out. Again, it's JISH. I will try to remember to leave a link in the bottom of the video for that. And there was something else. What was it? Ah, okay. Yeah, sort of related to YouTube, sort of not. I was contacted about a gas tank and brake strap for that tractor that I took the engine out of. And I've got that stuff out in the shop, so I made jet over to the shop real quick and shoot a little bit on that for the individual who was looking for them, and see if it's everything that they were wanting. That way I'm pretty much caught up on requests and stuff like that. And I've got some other video requests that are starting to line up, and as soon as we can, we'll get to them. But for now, stay tuned. I'm gonna run out to the shop, or to the barn, and unbox that box of Simplicity stuff to see if there was anything else that the gentleman was needing. So catch you guys out there in a second. All right, here we go. Here is the fuel tank. The tank looks okay. I don't see any holes anywhere. Got something floating around in there, doesn't it? But there's the gas tank. And then this is gas tank rubber band. And this is the brake band with the brake arm and the parking brake assembly. So if that's what you're after, email me again, and we will see what we can do about getting it sent out your way. But for now, it's your friendly neighborhood Zippo. I'm off to mow. Look for more videos coming up soon. One, namely, is getting the carburetor off of this thing and cleaning it out. It'll start and it'll run for a little bit, but the flow going into the carburetor float bowl is really slow. This is my dog groomers, and I've worked on it a few times before, but I don't think it's ever been on video. It's a Craftsman. In fact, the Craftsman that had the steering gear problem, the gray one sitting right out there, that one was the mower they were using, and when it lost its steering, then Jan went out and picked this one up, and it's been pretty good for her. So got to get this one finished up, well, started and then finished up, and then we will get busy again on the Cub. So that's it. Friendly Neighborhood Zippo. I promise you guys, I'll see you on the next one. Later. I'm out of here.